Yeah, hey, Wood-psyche here. Hope everyone's having happy holidays and staying safe out there. What I'm working on here today is a piece of lodgepole. Actually, it's a younger tree. You can see how young it was. Is like by the diameter there. But anyway, yeah, I'm using Mike Shellito's new knives that he sent out. I'm testing them out. So far, they're pretty good. It's just like the pines are a little more difficult to carve with knives. It seems a little bit harder wood than your cottonwood bark stuff and basswood. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing switching to power tools later on. I'll bookmark that if you guys want to just skip through the knife stuff here. Go straight to the power carving bit, but I switched over mainly because it was getting too difficult and taking too long with the knife. And you got to be careful with your digits there with the knife. You don't want that thing to go slicing through your hand or something like that. So just got to be mindful where that sharp edge is all the time. Just like Dremel tools too, you got to make sure the burr's rotating in a certain direction where it will go, stuff like that. And a lot of people don't wear gloves and stuff, but yeah, I'll wear them if I'm not feeling too confident. So it's a matter of choice. But you don't have to wear gloves all the time. It's just like whatever suits the situation, I guess. But yeah, um, hopefully I'll get some other videos up of the other stuff I've been doing soon as well. I got the Indian. I have to paint that one, so we'll be working on that here shortly. But anyway, getting back to the carving at hand here, we're just using a knife to block out the forehead, the brow, as it may be referred to, and then working on the eye area, which is what I start on all the time. It's all muscle power translated into like a face, as opposed to like you can look at the other way. Power tools, it's probably electricity that powers the face, but also the hand too as well, where you're holding the tool. But it's a combination of both, as far as I'm concerned. Human muscle power intertwined with electricity. Sounds kind of sci-fi, but anyway, this Santa Claus is gonna have a cigar sticking out of his mouth too. That's why he's kind of grumpy. He's got a furrowed look on his face and around his eyes. So, and I didn't want to have a beard on this guy too, because he's probably like one of those Santa Clauses. You go to the shopping mall, he sits there and he takes his wig off. He's on a smoke break or something right now. Just to give a little personality to the piece. So yeah. And I guess it's maybe he's grumpy because he needed a smoke or something. Who knows? It's all where your imagination leads you to. So here's the switch over when I go to the power tools. So you could probably call it like a hybrid carving because you're using both worlds with this piece. And yeah, it just seems like with the Dremel you get like faster results, especially with the harder style wood. But like I've seen some other people like carving with knives and they do just as fast as a Dremel, it seems, but it's like a softer wood. More like basswood and cottonwood bark. Like Doug Linker is one of them. He's pretty fast. So is Alec Lacoste because he's been doing it forever. So those guys, I've checked out his channels, their channels, I mean. And it's always good to try different viewpoints also by going to these different YouTubers. I'm not saying I know everything. I'm still like a noob when it comes to knives as well. So, but I just like to share the experience. That's all. For what it's worth, I'm not really a good instructor, I'd say, but more it's a visual kind of thing going on here. And I speed things up because it does take a bit of time. So, just going to pencil in some areas that I want to focus on. Kind of marking stuff. And I do that several times throughout the whole process. Because that's just removing layers gradually. I don't know what this face could be used for like one of those tappers or something like that in a bar, on a behind the bar where they, you know, pour you a beer or something like that. Could be the handle on one of those things. I was thinking of it. Maybe do a whole different series of those things, like for like different kinds of brouhaha. Other than that, that was kind of an accident where the cigar wood came out because I didn't want to take the branch off, and I felt that like I'll just leave it there, and then boom, it hit me like use it like a cigar, like a W.C. Fields or something like that. Look, where he's kind of a he doesn't seem like a happy dude, you know. So that's the whole point I was trying to convey. And I didn't really want to put a beard on him for some reason because it, I don't know, it just didn't seem right. Seemed like every Santa always has a beard on, so like, let's just call him a mall Santa. Yeah, that's what I was saying before. So that's try to change things up a little bit. Yeah, I'm going back to the Stylo Plus for the small details. And, you know, I wish the thing had more torque, so I may have to, like, get serious to get a micro motor, because I heard those things whiz around. Just Carve Rob uses those quite a bit, I think. And so does Jordy Johnson. Two cool dudes. And basically, this piece of wood came off the top of a stick, a walking stick. It was too long, so I had to cut it down, smaller size. So what you see here is a very thick end of the stick, and then the other end is more narrow diameter. So there's some minor cracks in this piece of wood, but not too bad. I put the face on the opposite side of the crack, more or less, and sometimes you have to do that. Look for the best side, and then hopefully it's not plagued with cracks all around it, so in this case I got away with it. But It's a pretty dry piece of wood as it is. It's not really green. So it would tend to have more cracks after it's been dried somewhat. Or depending on how it dried. So yeah, I'll hit the face with some steel wool or wire wool along with some sandpaper. Just smooth out some areas that I think need to be smoothed out on the face, like mostly the cheek area. Get that done around the mouth too. This one's more of like a caricature style, so its face is kind of like exaggerated somewhat. The proportions aren't proper, but it's meant to be so. And I go back to the bigger power tool for faster results. I put this Forney, it's called a, I don't know, oval burr on it. I don't know what they call them technically, but it's a pretty good burr. It's leaves a smooth finish behind, nothing too rough. Just carbide steel burr. I think it's for metal too, but I use it for wood all the time, and it seems to have a long lifespan too as well. You don't have to throw them out or discard them. In fact, I don't think I've ever thrown any of my burrs out. I just hold on to them, and put in a junk pile for later on. Maybe I can have the inclination to sharpen them somehow. I'd have to put it on some kind of vise though. Get some serious files or something like that. Or another thing I was thinking of doing though is also modifying the burr and making a new cutting burr out of him, different shapes and stuff. But I'd have to have some kind of serious files or something like that, or cutters to shape the burr, since they are hard steel themselves. So just an idea. Because some of the older burrs, they tend to smoke a lot more because they're more dull and they just cause more friction. But sometimes that's creates a desired effect. It's kind of like burning the wood as you carve it a little bit. So it can be handy in some ways and a discouragement in others. Yeah, we're going down to these smaller dental burrs that my friend Kevin gave me down in California. They're pretty indispensable. I'd say if you get your hands on these through your dentist, that's pretty cool because they're probably just going to toss them anyway. So, and all the ones that I've used so far from my friend Kevin, they haven't been dull at all. They've been held. It looks like they haven't been used at all, hardly. I don't know what. Maybe they just use them for a certain amount of time and you just get rid of them or something. I'm not sure. But when you're talking about dental work, you're talking about serious money, so they could afford to buy new stuff all the time, probably. Just a thought. So what else would they do with them? Just toss them? That'd be a shame, though. I'm sure people on eBay are selling them too, but you never know if they had prior use or anything after the fact. So, but yeah, I got to get off my butt and send Kevin a gift. I haven't done that yet, so I feel bad. But it's been a kind of a rough year, so I'll get it done sometime though. Yeah, reason why I brought out the bigger power tool, the rotary tool here, is because I'm shaping the hat and I need something with more more horsepower to get the job done quicker. Otherwise, I'd be like flailing with just the Stylo Plus. It wouldn't be worth it. And the thing about the Stylo Plus, it has an auto shut off. If it gets bound up and stops, it has like a motor protection. It just turns off. So you got to hit the power button after every time it gets bound up like that. So it does get to be a problem if you're using it for harder work than usual, because mainly the Style Plus would be used for light duty stuff. Yeah, I'm doing this little stop animation here to showcase some painting of the Santa Claus hat. It's basically some Liquitex acrylic paint from the art store. And hope you enjoy the video and have a Merry Christmas and stay safe out there. Take care.